Hey, Copper here, and more of my OT 2020 through hike. But first, I am not on the OT. Obviously, I'm at the sometimes at least beautiful Lake Thunderbird. But I want to be sure to mention before we get on to the rest of the videos that this was also a fundraiser. I took some pledge grants from some of my very generous friends whose name we're going to pop up here. We're raising money for the Alzheimer's Foundation. Fight Alzheimer's, because Alzheimer's sucks. What more do you need to say? And we raised over $2,000, $2,094 actually. So thank you so much for everyone, and thank you for following along. It was a lot of extra motivation for me, and it was pretty cool. Having old friends cheer me on. So thank you.
Right now it's like 6:40. It's really early. These deer hunters came in here at like 5:30. It was ridiculously early. I was up like 5:15. Yeah, these guys came in like 5:30. I have a feeling I'm going the wrong way here, but shows me moving down the trail. This is a weird little south jaunt. Deer hunters said they were going north, so I asked them to please not shoot me. There was one guy who said, "You were here last night." There was this deer hunter that came through really late. Kind of freaked me out because all of a sudden there was just this guy, carrying a big gun, obviously. He's a nice guy. It was funny this morning, the guy asked me what I was doing. He said, "You've been walking along?" And I said, "Yeah, since the beginning." He got the usual, "Isn't it in Oklahoma? What the hell?" And then he said, "You come out here by yourself, no gun?" I said, "Yeah, I take the bear precautions or whatever." And he said, "Shoot, I ain't worried about the critters." So that was comforting. I think you were saying one for the humans, I guess. Sorry, I got a Jolly Rancher in my mouth. Anyway, starting out really early this morning. Have 19-mile day. 19 and change because then I have to do like a 0.8 spur to this private campsite. So really, it's an extra mile. But that's the only place to camp on this last section legally is this private property of the Peavys, who have let people camp there for years. PSA, if you camp there, apparently there have been some jerks, and these people do not have to do this. So, clean up all your crap and be quiet. Anyway, that's my destination today. Which I'd get in the earliest start I'm just about got since day one, I think. Yeah, gotta be. It is like 6:42. I've already been going 5 minutes. So, all right, vlog out. There we go. Second to last day. Can't believe it. Looking for more beautifulness today. Kind of a little socked in cloud-wise right now, so we'll see what the weather does. It says it's going to be clear or partly cloudy. I would love some clouds. Just a few. No rain. Anyway, but it's super early, so yeah, it's only 7:20. I've already done like several miles. There's a lot of this I've been doing for the last few days, in and out of these little gullies, up and down. Like I'm on the side hill here, about halfway, maybe more down the ridge, like near the bottom of this ridge, and I go in and out of these gullies, all dry. But in the spring they would not necessarily be. What I've heard about this section 10, I'm not quite in the last section yet, but I'm about to be, is pretty, which is along the lake. I don't know how you say it, something with an M. It is pretty wet and soggy. So in the spring, it can be like a swamp. Like I talked to a guy who, I didn't get on video, Scoots, and damn, I can't remember his other name. He had done the OT before, except several times. But he said at least once he just basically couldn't finish because this section was in the spring and too swampy. Got a good view of the ridge and the little creek down below this morning. Still a little color right there. Still a few leaves left clinging on some oaks there, but not many. Unless those are a different species, maybe they're maple. Anyway, so yeah, honestly, if it stays like this would be great. I wouldn't mind the cloud cover at all. It got a little warm yesterday, which is part of the reason I got out so early this morning. So I'm doing this 19, and I just wanted to get the miles out before it got so hot, so I could be what I found. See, in the heat of the late afternoon, I just slow down. I just have to, otherwise I overheat. So I just don't make the same pace that I can when it's cool. Oh wow, what a cool little bluff. This is the usual on the OT. It's just how many wows per day I get. Here's just some random spot in through here, heading towards Pinnacle Mountain State Park, and man, it is just beautiful. Got a nice little view here this morning, although again pretty socked in, but I'll take it. Nice and cool. Second to the last day. Basically, this is my staging run to get to the Peavy site, and here we go. Crossing highway. Not sure which one offhand. I think this might have to be where I follow it, but definitely shows the trail up on the road. It's always such a trip coming to these highways when you've been out in the woods for days and days, and you're just a little piece of civilization. Even more jarring is if there's a car or two. I would have killed for a trash can right here. I was kind of hoping that there might be a trash can at this trailhead. This trail is open. Practice leave no trace in distance. Okay. Oh. There's the trail on our little bridge. Leave this on for a few minutes. I could get some shots here. Although it's pretty gloomy. Forgot about that. Not very good light. Climb on up out of here. Down this ridge. Get away from this road. We're doing Lake Sons of Civilization. Alright. Whew. It's like the 9,000th spider web I just walked through. I honestly don't even pay any attention. I literally have spider webs in my beard at the end of the day. The only time I notice is if there's a big spider. And then I'll try to step around. But I literally just plow into it, particularly in the morning, because they set them up for the morning, I think. Anyway, well, that's a freaky looking tree. Got hit by lightning, I think. Still alive, though. Interesting. This is this kind of weird section of the trail that's actually private property. But yeah, and then we go into this state park, or 30 miles. Okay, so yeah, I've heard that there's also, if you see red or purple blaze or something, that's the equivalent of an Arkansas, it's the legal equivalent of a no trespassing sign. Basically, I have to stay on the trail here. That's the quest. The trail has access rights, and that I believe were grandfathered in. So, yeah. Here we go. I also read that this section might be blazed a little differently. Maybe a slightly different color of blue or something. Well, that's the blaze. That's a lot different. That's a big white dot. There's a blue blaze, or the remnants of one. Fun fact, heard from a trail maintainer, they're not supposed to put them on pines, and that's But like here, because the bark peels. The bark doesn't stay. Whoa, there was a massive spider web. Jesus. Pretty sure it still had a sorry spider bro. Anyway, like that's a pine. That will not stay very well because pines shed bark, particularly, he said, after you paint them. That little thing of bark just tends to drop off within not long, so it doesn't really do much good. Interesting piece of trivia. Okay, get out of this creek. Whew. In and out of the creek. The usual OT roller coaster here this morning, in and out of creeks, at least for section 9, and I guess I'm in section 10 now. Yeah, I think so. After that highway, pretty sure. So navigation, there we go, OT east-west, good, of this little thing is pretty bizarre. There's, in this private section, because you're in and out, oh, look at the bird washing himself. You're in and out of private land, or roads, and then off roads, and it's I've had to get the phone out a couple of times and make sure I didn't get lost, because yeah, keep gate locked. So this is some hunting club, almost certainly. I've seen tree stands. So eating my morning Snicker bar, frankly, or as I like to call it, second breakfast. About 9. I have to deploy the cobweb shield. I'm going through so many spider webs. I just got a spider to the face, so I have the sticks just up here while I'm eating. Trash goes in pocket. Trash pocket in the back. My pants, which empties at the end of the day. I'm gonna have to redeploy shields. There's a lovely little bridge I just crossed with this cool tree with all this fungus over it. Again, still going through this kind of private land. There's a road right over there. Not sure what's up with that, but here we are. Look at this little view from up here, overlooking this gorgeous pool of this creek. Oh my gosh. It's just trickling. It's still cloudy. It could stay like this all day as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the light's kind of flat, but there you go. This is beautiful. One thing, I could not imagine doing this trail without trekking poles, seriously. But here's a little technique. So when I go downhill on a clear path like this, sometimes I'm not running, but I'm going to let my momentum build up. And I have a lot of momentum. I have 3 liters of water now. My pack probably weighs 40 pounds, or getting close. So I'm going to keep that momentum by braking. I'm using the poles on the way up to help me push up the hill. On the way down, I'm trying to take the impact off my joints with the poles. But here, I'm going to let the momentum keep so I can go on up the hill. Because these little, in and out of these washes, as I've said, I've been doing this for way too long. So I'm going to let it pick up speed here. Again, I'm not exactly running. I'm just not stopping. And I'm going to keep it right on up. And I'm going to keep pump. The more momentum you keep. That little hill climb took me about 15 seconds. And if I went into it real slow and cautious, it would have took a whole lot more than that, and honestly more energy. But I can't do that every time. It's got to be pretty clear footing. But there we go. Trekking lesson that I've learned of how to just be more efficient with my physics. Okay, so I'm blanking on the name of it. But I immediately thought of the hill in the Barclays. Isn't it like Ratbriar Hill, or I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, then it's a gnarly, infamous hill. I'm sure this won't be that bad, but I'm pretty sure this is where the trail grows. Oh, okay, this looks fun. So, you know, I had all these great songs from earlier in the trail that I can't remember now. This is another day on the OT that he used to sing for bears. Back when I sang for bears. Anyway, so I was thinking we should just do a whole OT musical, you know. You can have a number about the ode to the jar of peanut butter I left in the Kiamichi wilderness. You know, wherefore art thou, sun glove? O cruel mistress wind, why did you take my buffs from me? You know, campsite, question mark. That would be the whole song. Campsite, smampsite. I don't know. Something like that about how terrible the campsite is. What could you do? Oh, you could do some dirge in a low minor key ballad about the waterless section. I don't know. No water, no water, no water, water, water. In the background, water. You know, chorus, water, water, water. I think this could, you know, I think it could be a thing. OT the musical, it's here, you know, the legend is coming in behind me. It's gonna be, look at that, 198 folks. Approaching 200. Very exciting. Been walking next to this. I guess it's a creek, but it's not flowing. For a little bit here, it's absolutely beautiful. Just a gorgeous view. Still cloudy, so making miles. GoPro stop capture. So you can see the Monument, I think that's the name of it, river or slash lake. It's blending in the lake we're going to be next to here for the rest of the trip, basically, or at least until the very end. About to cross this highway, I realized there was a trash can in here. Awesome. Just got rid of like a pound of trash, probably. Had a big old huge bag of trash and it kind of smelled, so I was very excited. You meet a hiker, you want to do him an easy favor, just ask him if you can pack out the trash, because we're real good about I'm not walking on the other side of that guardrail, packing our trash out. Okay. Packed all my trash out, leave no trace. Anyway, so I'm crossing the lake slash river here. I'm gonna have to figure out how to say it. It is gorgeous. Look at this. Holy moly, I want to come out here kayaking. This is beauty. But it also means I have to ride next to this highway for a while. Okay, we're at like, I don't know, 203 or something. I got to get to 208.4 for that spur trail up to this legal campsite. So that's where I'm heading. I've been walking next to the lake here for a couple miles. I've actually seen a couple campsites with fire rings, which there's not supposed to be. So I'm probably going to follow the rules and go up to the private campsite. But it looks like lots of people just camp on the shore of the lake here, which technically you're not supposed to do. It's a water conservancy district thing. Anyway, all right, well, this is the Peavy private website or campsite. Hiking up here was no joke, 0.9 of a mile, and pretty much straight up. So I am playing by the rules. No, I really wanted to just camp down below. There is a fire pit here, so that's cool. Probably tent right here. This looks like a tent pad to me with some straw down. Man, am I beat. This is the final campsite. I did a thing on the phone, but I thought I'd do the thing here for the video or whatever. It's really weird that this is the end, or that tomorrow's the end. I got like got to walk down, which is like 0.9, and then 14.8, and to Pinnacle Mountain State Park in the trailhead, the Western Trailhead, and the big sign. I can't believe it's almost over. Tomorrow will be day 15. I've seen so much cool stuff. It's been such an experience. I can't really put it into words. I can't imagine. I'm trying to imagine what it's going to feel like finishing tomorrow. I've been thinking about that for a while. It's been keeping me going, the thought of finishing. That should be interesting. We'll see. I'm pretty excited. I'm ready to see Tanya, my wife. This is the longest I've ever been away from her since we've been married, this 2 weeks. So that's been kind of hard. So yeah, I'm ready for it to be done. It's been fun, don't get me wrong, but I'm ready for it to be done. I think we might even get rain tomorrow, and that's fine. I don't care if it can rain on me on the way in. I don't have to camp wet. I can dry out in a real house. Not even worried about it. I'll put my rain jacket on, no big thing if it rains. Thought it was gonna rain all day today. Instead, it just stayed pretty cool. It was kind of nice. So I don't really have my head GoPro mount available, so I'm trying to do this without this. But one of the things is about getting firewood. So let me flip around. Okay, about getting firewood. A couple of things. Let me set this down. First off, that's a big piece. How do I break it? So firewood, we just want dead stuff. Right now, it's so dry. This is another problem. It's bone dry. That's great kindling, but I'm not really needing kindling. I've got a fire all set up, ready to go. But I need some bigger pieces. So you look for dead standing or something you can found. I found this big dead one, right? You can hear it's relatively solid. That's how you tell whether it's, you don't want a rotten piece of wood. So ideally you want a dead tree standing or dead limb that you can pull off. But how do I break this? I don't have my saw, right? Because I'm on an ultralight backpacking trip. Find 2 trees like this that are close. These are breakers. And it's gonna break. We need a little piece of wood, right? So we just, bam, piece of wood. Now, it's gonna be a little harder here. No, still got it. Now the next one probably I could not break in half because I don't have enough leverage, but it's just physics, mate. It's lever. It's one of the simple machines. So there you go. Leverage. Break me some wood. Now I have some nice, what I needed was some actual relative hardwood. And I have a little teepee, and I actually use these little fire starter tablets, which are great because they work even when they're wet. They'll burn for a while. And honestly, I could do with half of one here. If it's dry, as dry as it's been, I can do it with paper if I really need to. But I've tried different brands. What are these guys? Wet Fire. They will burn even when it's wet. So I will use like a half of one to start because I'm lazy and I don't have a fire every night. But anyway, there you go. Very well, but it can't be captured really on the GoPro, but this is my favorite time of night. I wait until it's actually full dark. Moon's up and the stars come out and they're amazing. And there's been an owl hooting somewhere out that way. But I'm sure the moon doesn't, even in this low light mode, doesn't come through, but it's this gorgeous crescent moon. Floats up. It's going to half. And the stars are just, it's the show. I just have to stay up late enough. It's like 6:30, it's 7 o'clock. It's past my bedtime. I'm staying up late. It's my last night. Anyway, that's all. Fire is always good. Fire is Hiker TV. For me, it's the stars.